Okay, welcome everybody to the New Vic Summer Induction, and thank you for signing on for A-Level Business. The session will be run by the two of the A-Level Business teachers, myself and my colleague. And we hope you enjoy the session today, and we have a couple of students who are also our current students, first-year students in the session, who are able to answer lots of questions at the end. So hope you enjoy the activities and want to ask us lots of questions as well. Okay, if you're ready, I think we're ready. So welcome to A-Level Business. So you've chosen us, which is great, and we hope that you enjoy our session today. So one of the things that we want you to know about an A-Level student, particularly an A-Level business student, is we're looking for people that perform well in exams, who enjoy doing exams, if anyone can enjoy doing exams, that you have some confidence in mathematical skills and that you're able to do simple maths at the beginning, for example, percentage changes, but you're confident and committed to learning new exam math skills. That you're interested in current business news, that you know what's happening generally in the world of news, not just within the UK, but also globally in a range of different countries. That potentially you're interested in a career in business or finance and economics, maybe more of a specialism in accounts or human resources or marketing. And that's something that we're very good at here in terms of supporting you in those choices. That you're able to work independently and manage your deadlines. That's very important. Whichever course you study here at college, that is a generic ask of us, and that we expect you to be able to do it across all of your subject areas. And that you have good study skills. And what we mean by that is that you are organized and you have a folder and you keep your notes up to date. And you have checklists and glossaries, and you complete all your homework on time and to a good standard. Again, these are not just unique to us, but are unique to high expectations within the college.
Okay, so in terms of what we will provide, or A-Level Business, it will provide you with the knowledge and skills to progress on to university or employment. Ideally at this time, if you knew or you know what you want to go into in terms of a career, that's great. But we are here also to support and guide you and give you some information and knowledge in terms of what is available to you as well. So it will provide you with transferable skills for later life, so things like including managerial finance, cash flow, so money coming in and going out, forecasting, looking at trends, and being able to budget are just some of the topic areas that we go through on the course. Ultimately, when you move into employment, you'll be working for some sort of business. And so the course basically sets you up and provides you with the knowledge of how to be making those business decisions, especially in the different departments that you may be working in.
In terms of A-Level Business, we would like you to have 5 GCSEs, an average point score of 5.4, including English and Maths at grade 5. We normally have, in the first year, teaching hours are split into 1 hour 10 lessons, and you have 4 lessons, which equals a total for each subject, not just for business, but your other A-levels, 4 hours and 40. And it is a linear A-level, as are all your A-levels now, which means that you are assessed continuously throughout the first year. You are assessed with an internal progression mark in June. And then you have 3 2-hour external exams at the end of your second year. And our exam board is Edexcel, which is Pearson. And so obviously we've just given you a little bit of information about the structure of the course. We have left time at the end for you to ask questions about that, but we'll now move on to some activities where you can actually be feeding back to us if you're ready.
Okay, so just to tell you a little bit about how the subject area is split up. We have 4 themes that you do over the 2 years, and they are split up into marketing, managing people, business finance. We look at external influences, the influences outside of a business that could impact them, resource management, business objectives and strategy, influences on business decisions, and globalization. So how that has a big impact on businesses as well.
Okay, so with that in mind, we've got our first activity for you. So we want you to think about what are the objectives of a business. So obviously, you're not doing it in pairs. We would like you to post individually or verbally, feedback would be lovely, some key things that you think are really important to a business. What are those key objectives? And we can see them in the chat as you post them, or verbally if you want feedback. And we'll give you a couple of minutes to think about that, and then if you could start getting some of your ideas. And our current students, you can also post as well, please.
So what are the objectives of a business? Why might a business want to trade, want to exist? What kind of things in the future would they be looking at?
So Nicoletta says increase profit.
We've got
Lekan to make profit. Expansion, good. Yes. Financial management, good.
Well done, yeah.
It would be really lovely if everyone can post something. Obtain bigger market share, good. To survive, good. Yes, nice. We've got some others. Maybe come up with a couple of different ones. To grow, basic accounting.
Increase capital. Making such that they are satisfying customers' needs. That's a good one, yeah.
Good. Provide a good support. Good. So the culture and the motivation of the workforce. Good.
Improve
cash flow. The company. What do you mean by that, Kasim? It would be nice if you could explain and elaborate a little bit more on that. Maybe another couple from people. That's lovely. Learning new strategic management styles, possibly providing
market share. Yeah, really good.
Nice.
That's good terminology there used by Arjun. Well done.
Let's have a few more before we move on, and we'll give you some answers from our end as well.
Provide good customer service to gain market share. Yeah, very, very important. Learning new strategic management. Increase market size. Yeah.
Yes, good, Nicoletta. Ramsha, Amina, have you got any that you'd like to add in?
Or anyone else?
Stability, that's a really interesting one, Kazim. In order to maximize your marketing, good. Yes, these are nice. So the external students that you've the points you've put up have been really nice. Very good use of terminology there. And that's something that we're always looking for. So stay on track.
Yeah.
Good, yes. Lovely, everyone. These are really nice. Innovation and creating. Yes, good. Stay solvent. Absolutely.
Nice word as well.
Yeah, lovely word there. And to be honest, without staying solvent, then the business is in trouble.
Yeah.
Ramsha, that's a very interesting ethical one, personal satisfaction. Target audience, knowing your target audience. These are really nice. Well, let's see what we've got for you. Okay,
so we've got...
So let's have a little look. Improving market share. Well, you said that, so well done. Customer service. I think someone did mention that. And again, you're looking for repeat customers all the time and new customers. Cost minimization. And I think someone talked about costs and profits, so well done. Labour productivity. Now, this is a term we would teach you if you haven't already done it at GCSE, and you don't need to have done GCSE business to do A-level business. But how productive are your workforce? How much are they producing for you? is a really important one because it links to profits and it links to costs. Oh, break even. Again, some of you said about making profit. Staying solvent, that definitely links to break even. Without breaking even, a business can't generally stay solvent. Growth.
I think quite a few
of you said expansion and growth. Good. Brand awareness.
I think somebody mentioned marketing, didn't they?
I think someone did mention marketing, so that's really good. And notice that you're using some key terms that we would be expecting you to use, so that's really nice. And survival, well, I definitely saw that. I think we both saw you say, someone saying survival. Profit maximization is another one that we saw. Good. Okay, so what we'd like you to do now is, we've just looked at some objectives of a business. We're going to show you a marketing clip. And we want you to think about all the strategies that Coca-Cola used to promote its products. And then post in the chat, or you can verbally feedback as well. So there are quite a few. So we want you to really concentrate and make a note of everything you can see. So if you don't have a pen and paper, as we load this, I'm just giving you a moment to grab your pen and paper so that you can actually make some notes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you should all be more or less familiar with Coca-Cola. So it's all the things that they would do to promote their business, basically, whether it be this country and other countries. How do they make people aware, or how do they let people know that their product exists?
And remember, this will link to all of the objectives that we've just been talking about in terms of profit maximization, expansion / growth, increasing market share. So really, if you were thinking about what does strategy mean, think about the objectives we've just talked about in the previous slide. Okay, I'm just going to click on this. Just give it a moment to load.
There'll probably be an advert at first, so just give us a few seconds to get rid of the advert. Hopefully it will load. Technology. There we go. I don't think it is loading.
It is slowly. Just bear with us. Of course, when we've been clicking on this link this morning, it's been loading absolutely, completely okay.
I don't think it is working. How about maybe we just discuss some of the strategies? I'll tell you what, if you press stop now. Sorry, give us a second. It should be coming up on the screen. Here we go. It's just loading. Just give it a second.
Just bear with us. You know, technology, as you probably know, having done lots of online lessons.
Coca-Cola has built new plants in emerging markets. It's also been stocking its shelves with more profitable package sizes. I've been looking at this 19th century company and how it's doing in the 21st century.
Coca-Cola just celebrated its 125th anniversary, producing one of the most recognizable brands on the planet. Not too shabby for a business that began with a patent medicine created by John Pemberton. Today, Coca-Cola offers 500 brands, ranging from Diet Coke to vitamin water to Simply Juices, in more than 200 countries around the globe.
It is a phenomenal brand, obviously one of the best brands in the world.
JP Morgan analyst John Fauché says when it comes to the soft drink beverage industry, Coca-Cola could be considered the elephant in the room.
There really is no challenge for Coke, particularly in certain markets. Pepsi is competitive, obviously a very strong number 2.
In 2010, Coke had more than 42% of the carbonated soft drink market, compared to 29% for Pepsi. But Coca-Cola has stumbled along the way. Serious complaints range from water contamination to violations of intellectual property rights.
Whose idea was this?
There have been other missteps, like the consumer rebellion that followed Coke's introduction of New Coke, which changed the traditional formula.
We want them to know that we're really sorry.
Coke knows that that product is loved by consumers the way it is. And, you know, you're never going to see a product change again, and packaging changes will be very modest.
Coca-Cola and the rest of the carbonated soft drink beverage industry continue to face headwinds. Though North America remains the company's biggest market, it has had to contend with slowing sales in the region.
About 5 years ago, in North America, carbonated soft drinks went from growing in volume to actually flattening out and then declining. And carbonated soft drinks have been declining now for about 5 or 6 years.
But it's the global market the company is counting on for robust growth. Analysts expect Coca-Cola to grow at least 9% in emerging markets over the next 3 years. Still, JP Morgan's Fauché says he expects overall single-digit growth in 2012 and thinks there's too much optimism about Coca-Cola.
My earnings estimates for 2012 are below consensus. And so I think between currency and raw materials, the market hasn't quite figured out that 2012 is going to be a much tougher year for Coke.
As for long-term growth, Coca-Cola has a rosy forecast. The company says it's planning to double its business by 2020.
My name is Scott Harrison.
Just listen.
This is my wife, my son, and my one on the way.
You to do now is think about all of these strategies that you've just seen in that advert and post on here. We'll give you a couple of minutes and really start thinking about, and we'll share and we'll look at what people are saying, okay? So just a couple of minutes to really think about what you've just seen and then what that means for Coca-Cola, okay? So as soon as you're ready, but just a couple of minutes, so really think about it. And really drill down into the advert. What did you see in that clip that will really show what Coca-Cola are doing and how that links to their key objectives? That's what I want you to consider. What are Coca-Cola doing and how does it link to their key objectives? So we've got, Nicoletta said, packaging comfortable can increase their price. Faizan, advertisements selling shares, creating a strong brand image, expansion of business allowing for a bigger market captivity. Faizan, some very nice terminology that you're using there. Hussein, where you've posted the competitors like Pepsi, Sprite, would you drill down and give us some specifics that you saw from the video clip? Because remember, we've asked, the key word we've asked for is strategy. So what strategies can you clearly see that will allow Coca-Cola to beat Pepsi?
I think, is it Devona's, sorry if I've said your name wrong, put your hand up.
So Kazim has said worldwide branding. Awais has said, oh, that's fine. Okay. I just want to see what Awais had said.
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah.
They expand the product life cycle by changing the look of the product. How? What did they do, Awais? That's when we talk about drilling down, we actually mean what did they do? That's called context. And one of the skills you have to learn with A-level business is that you're linking all your theory to the actual context. So for us today, it's this video clip. So it'd be nice if you could give me some more.
So what did they physically change about it? Maybe.
So
We've got brand reputation, brand recognition, most popular and highest selling soft drink.
good.
They have a lot of variety compared with other companies. Yep. Can you give us some examples of varieties of what they also own, or what other types of drinks they offer?
I'm just scrolling up because I could see that Lecken had posted, Coke received good publicity which can attract customers, and they are selling their Coke globally. Yeah, how did they create that good publicity? That's what we'd like you to be able to tell us. What strategy did they use to create that good publicity?
There was a key thing about how they weren't achieving, from the video, there was a key thing about how they weren't achieving the growth in the current market. Where else now are they going to decide to grow to? It was a key term beginning with E, if anybody got that point. So a different type of market, but does anybody know what the name is for it?
I like what you said as well, always changing packaging. And whilst you're thinking about that word that begins with an E, e-commerce, Lecken's put.
Well, so that's a good attempt there, but it's not the right answer. Anybody else? What type of markets are they moving into now to obviously try to grow the business or grow the brand, to promote more?
So Nicoletta saying niche to mass. Coca-Cola are always, we would say to you, a mass market. But let me rephrase it. Do you think that Coca-Cola has become slightly saturated market in certain countries? So
Yes.
thinking back to that word that still begins with an E, where they're looking for new markets.
Where else do you think they could go? I suppose there's not a lot of places that they aren't in.
No.
Yes, I mean, it's
Expansion.
linked to expansion, yes. We'll give you maybe about 30 more seconds for anybody that wants to try. So what type of market now are they going to move into?
It's where Coca-Cola and other brands as well feel that there is potential for growth, because remember, companies are always looking for new markets to grow into. It's one of their key strategies. Emerging.
Yes,
well
well
done, Faizan. Excellent.
Yeah,
Emerging
if we had a
markets.
little sweet or a chocolate, we would hand it to you right now. Well done.
Emerging markets.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask you a question. Why is it that Coca-Cola are focusing on emerging markets? Linked to that clip you've just seen. What key strategies do you think they're hoping to achieve by doing that? Now you can all post your answers. Why are they going for emerging markets, and what key strategies, what objectives do they hope to achieve with this? It'd be lovely if you could all post an answer.
We've seen everybody else's answers.
Will help the global economy grow. Good.
I suppose you could link that answer, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it'd be nice to have, one of the things we always like is for all students to give us an answer. So really think about why they're focusing on these emerging markets at the moment.
An increase in sales allowing to increase in, yes, absolutely.
Good.
So Faizan, yeah, well done. Awais, they can charge lower prices to attract more customers. So that's a
Pricing
marketing
strategy. Yeah, good. Awais.
It's got some good.
Be nice to hear from everyone.
So for rapid growth and investment, yeah. So obviously to increase their market share, they need to grow in these economies.
Nicoletta's put operates in a monopoly. Well, particularly if they go to an emerging economy where they are 25% market share, good. You already know the best at business.
Yeah, they are, what's the word? They are really
successful in their key strategies.
Yeah, they've set up their brand very well. They're very successful.
They have brand loyalty. Good. Any last ones before we move on? Do we have a couple more? We've been very pleased with the terminology that's being used, and that's always an important part of A-level business. Are there any last couple? They can charge prices. Good, yes.
So they can charge high prices if there's an increase. Yeah, so I think we've got some really
there's
good
nice
all-round.
there.
Yeah, thank you very much to all of you that contributed there and really watched the video and thought about those. We do appreciate that. Click on that one. Yeah.
So,
continue.
If you have a little look here, what do you think about this as a strategy then? Sharing a Coke with a friend. Getting in touch with a good friend, an old friend, or maybe even a new friend. Sharecoke.com.
So this is a campaign that they had run to try and increase sales, and obviously to try and get more profit, to try and grow, to try and appeal to different types of people.
What we wanted you to be particularly aware of is you can see here it says AU. So this was a campaign predominantly for the Australian market, because what Coca-Cola realised when they did some market research is that young people in Australia were not buying Coca-Cola in the same way that in other countries younger people were. So they had to think about how to reinvent, or the phrase we might use is reposition the brand to attract a new target market. And so this, you can see Kylie and Luke, maybe your archetypal Australian sounding names, but it was very much initially an Australian campaign. And can you see the terminology there, mate? Now, that for us, we probably wouldn't use that because it's quite a simple strategy. However, it was really effective and it introduced Coca-Cola to an entirely new audience. Just showing you these ones. Okay, so what we would like you to do now is we'll give, I think, just under 10 minutes for this because we want to leave time for some Q&A.
Yeah, I think so. 10 minutes so if we're going to do this for the next 5
minutes, we would think. So in 5 minutes, what we've done is we've given you Jaffa Cakes there. We'd like you to come up with a promotional campaign for Jaffa Cakes. And just within the next 5 minutes and start posting your key points on there. So what would you do? What strategies would you use? Who would you target? How would you target them?
So if you had to target Jaffa Cakes to a different target market, so for example, maybe I might think, right, if I wanted to target to, I don't know, 3 to 7 year olds, what could I do to promote it? How might I advertise it in a way to really appeal to them, which would then boost sales? So have a little think about it, maybe choose a target market, be creative. What would you do?
And don't post yet, because we'd like you to spend some time thinking about it. Mm-hmm. And in 5 minutes' time, we would like you to post your ideas. Nicoletta, you've put risky there. Did you mean risky for the Australian market? Be nice if you would just clarify that. But now all of you really think about, okay, Nicoletta, if you could all think about how you would market Jaffa Cakes to a new target market. Think about who their target market is at the moment. Oh, fine, Nicoletta, thank you, yeah, I see. So we'll give you just under 5 minutes and we'll tell you when we want you to start posting.
If if you've got some ideas, you can start posting now. I think it'll take us a couple of minutes to read them all, wouldn't it? So what could they do as a promotional marketing campaign? Faizan, a cake or a biscuit? Question mark. You decided buy a box and tell us what you think. That's a really good one.
That's really clever.
That's very clever.
Because actually, that's always discussed whether it's a cake or a biscuit.
Yeah, it's like Marmite, like the love
Absolutely.
it, hate it.
It is to do with it having to pay VAT or not, actually, whether it's a cake or a biscuit. Faisal, that's really clever.
That is really, yeah.
I can see a career in marketing. Yeah, so if you're putting, because you do online advertising, we would want much more detail, please. So Nicoletta, you've put target audience 15 to 19 years, promotion, social media. Yes. I agree with what you're saying, Nicoletta, but actually, can we drill down even further? Think about how Faizan did it with this, it's a cake or a biscuit. So really think about the product itself. That's what we're looking at. Tell us your target audience, but think about, you know, would you eat it? And what would make you eat it?
Target 3 to 7 year olds with more of a kid-friendly packaging and adverts on TV to attract them. Yeah.
So Awais, that's a good strategy point. What kind of kid-friendly packaging? What would be different from that actual packaging now? Because the colours that are used are supposed to be quite child-friendly. They stand out.
Hussein says you could advertise on games when kids around 5 to 11 are playing. So yeah, so you're thinking about the timings and what kind of platforms and stuff it would be. Yeah, I agree. You'd have to think about all of those types of things.
So as you're posting your points, I want you to consider what makes you buy Jaffa Cakes or not buy Jaffa Cakes. What is it about the product itself as well?
So we've got,
let's have a look.
You could follow the same concept as the campaign Coca-Cola in such as share a Coke with a friend, but instead share with your friends. This could be a good connect to your customer personally. Oh, it's gone up, which is a good business promotion. Which would influence the kids to want to buy it to make their friends happy. Yeah.
So very nice justification in that. Well done. Really nice points.
Ramsha for targeting children during the holiday season, such as Christmas. Make a Jaffa Cake advent calendar.
Ramsha,
that's a good idea.
Inspired. I would buy that, Ramsha. I would definitely buy that. You could actually have different
nationalities, religious.
Yeah.
You could really.
That's inspired. I would definitely buy that.
Faizan's back again.
Oh, orange is the new black, they say. How about strawberry being the new orange?
I think they did something like that.
Faizan, that's so clever.
I think they did do something like that.
Take a bite of our new strawberry Jaffa Cakes.
So a lot of companies do that. They decide to go off and venture on in terms of the ingredients and the taste. Coca-Cola, for example, brought out like Coke with lemon, Coke with vanilla, with different flavors as well. So that's a differentiative strategy, basically, that you could use. That's really good.
Some things to consider, though, are that, and Faizan, I really like your orange is the new black, and how about strawberry? One of the things to consider is that sometimes a product is so unique for that particular taste that if you change it, it can affect the brand. So Coca-Cola.
That's what happened with Coca-Cola.
Absolutely. Yeah. Coca-Cola a few years ago changed their secret ingredients and so changed the taste. And there was such a public backlash and such an increased loss of sales that they had to go back to the original. And so one of those things to consider is how do you keep your existing brand, but then really add value to it?
Really extend it, isn't
Absolutely.
it? It's an extension. Should we take the last one? So always in adverts, you could show the kids enjoying the biscuits with their friends and may help with the adults to buy it when kids come to the house friends. Yeah, absolutely. So if they can physically see who's buying it, then that obviously would appeal to them. I totally agree.
And that becomes a little bit of pester power, doesn't it? I'm going to ask you a question. Greggs is very successful at diversifying its product range. What is Greg's biggest selling product at the moment?
Can you include a family packaging, something for kids and the parents? Yeah.
Good, nice, Nicoletta.
You could.
So I'm coming back to that question. What is Greg's biggest selling, or one of its biggest selling products?
I don't think I know this.
So
Sausage rolls.
Sausage roll.
What about the vegan sausage
Yeah,
rolls?
you're right, sausage rolls. But do you know what one of their biggest sellers, one of their biggest successes has been the vegan sausage roll. And I don't know if any of you have tried it, but it tastes like, it's fantastic. The quality is excellent. So sausage rolls definitely are one of their biggest sellers, but they've diversified, and now their vegan sausage roll is selling very well. Why would they diversify? Why do businesses need to diversify their products? Good, Faizan, they need to attract a whole new market. Yeah, good. Meet customer needs. Good.
I suppose that links back to the objective, doesn't it, if you think about it?
So actually, all the things you're posting there are actually key objectives for a business. Latest trends, absolutely, Chantal, I would agree with that. These are lovely points that you've made and some really nice contribution. Now, we wanted to leave time at the end for you to...
Yeah, they do miss out on big opportunities.
Yeah,
give customers a range of products. Yeah, really well done. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions.
And we would expect you to be doing this in class. So this is the sort of thing that we would be talking about, and we would be asking for your contribution. What we'd like to do now is to, I'm just looking at that last one, and give customers a range of products to choose from. Good. We'd like to give you the opportunity to ask our current students who are in this chat some questions, and us as well.
So anything course related,
anything you need to ask
about the college that you wanted to know,
maybe that you're not sure about. Maybe I'll start it off by saying one of the questions we commonly are asked is, do you need to have studied GCSE business to study A-level business? And the answer is no. We will teach you everything you need to know. There is a little bit of crossover, obviously, with some of the key terms. However, we expect you to, we will teach you everything. So you don't need to think or worry about that.
Do you have a basketball team and a cricket team?
Yes, we do.
And we have a lot of our students actually that are in the basketball and cricket teams.
Yeah, so, in fact, Faizan, there were 2 students who were going to help us today, but we had to move our slots, so they couldn't come because they had a basketball match.
Yeah.
So, and I've got one of my A-level students who's in the cricket team, and they do really well. So yes, we do.
Yes, we do teach the basics. You get taught everything. You will know exactly what's on the specification ahead of time. And yeah.
We teach to the specification. We're very good at giving you topic by topic what you need. We'll give you checklists so that your folders will be organized. And every topic area we teach, we will link it to exam questions.
Yeah, we're very much concentrate on that a lot.
And always, yes, you can. In fact, this year we've got 4 AS groups. I don't remember anyone wanting to change, but yes, if you do want to change, there is a transition period within the first month, I believe. And you then can look at a different subject area.
Is it pointless doing business studies and economics, or is it better to just do economics?
We've got loads of students who do business and economics. They work really well together. It's a great combination because you've got a little bit of crossover, but you have a lot of separate.
Yeah, you do need the strengths of maths, obviously, because economics is higher maths.
I want to go back to that point that you've made. If you want to study economics at university, yes, do business, yes, do economics, but you must do maths. There aren't many universities that will accept you for economics without doing maths A-level. So
what's the highest level of business you can study at
uni? A-level business.
A-level, yeah.
How many exams do you have? Well, 3 in the second year, and there are lots of continuous assessments.
So it's 3 2-hour exams at the end of the second year.
And all your A-levels are the same. They're all 3 2-hour exams. Arjan, what's the difference between economics and business? Lots of similarities. So, for example, globalization, you'll do very similar topic areas. You wouldn't do marketing, for example, in A-level economics. You do much more maybe about government intervention. We would do supply and demand, PED and YED, and those kind of graphs. So would economics. Economics has more graphs and maths and charts. Okay, so economics is much more maths focused. And Nicoletta, yes, thank you. The external influences, so interest rates, inflation, exchange rates. You would study those on A-level business, but the key difference between that and econ would be in economics, each of those areas, you'd have to do graphs with them.
Fatima says, is there or are there any exams in the first year of college? Yes.
There are, and they're internal exams, and then you have a progression exam
at the end of the year.
June.
Yeah. How many? I think, is it 5 SMAs?
I think we've increased it to 6 or 7 SMAs this
About
year.
6 or 7 assessments.
And we tailor our assessments to what we're teaching you. So we make sure, it does seem like a lot, but some of them are smaller, so they're not full 2-hour exams. Actually, we must make that clear. Those 7 SMAs, there'll be a mix of questions. It's only at the end that we will do a full paper. Nicoletta, it's not hard at all. Nicoletta is one of our students, and she has been very organised throughout the year.
I've started a business, so if I need any help with my business, will my teachers at NUVIC be able to help me? We could probably help you with your cash flow and your break-even, your finances.
Yeah. In fact, I've got a couple of students who've asked me that question who are here in the college. Yes, so yeah, we could, yes. Me too. Oh, good. Well, that's nice, because then actually one of the units we do is entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial skills. So then we will be asking you to discuss your entrepreneurial skills. Nicoletta, Alison is explaining so good that you may not study before exam and you'll remember everything. Oh, Nicoletta, thank you. Yes.
How much did you pay her for that?
I know, Nicoletta, I'll have to bring some donuts in when I see you in September. But I want to make sure that you understand the 2-hour papers are in the second year. The first year, we build up gradually with you. We would not expect you to be doing full essays from the moment you start with us. We will scaffold and
support you, absolutely.
Yes, you do need formulas, and we will teach you the formulas, and we'll give you a formula sheet. You can't take that into the exam. We'll give that to you. And we're very good at giving you writing frames, because your questions will be 4, 8, 10, 12, and 20 markers. Okay, so we will support you in developing your skills. It's great that all the questions are coming through. This is your opportunity to ask us anything you need. Or the students, so Nicoletta's in here, Ramsha's in here.
Amina's in here.
And Amina's in here. So you can direct your questions to our 3
students. And then
those
6, 12, 20. There's 20. We don't do 12s.
We do 12.
We do 12, sorry, not 15s. We don't do 15s.
And we don't do 6. We do 4s and 8s.
And 10s.
So Nicoletta, Ramsha, Amina, you can ask them as well, as they are our 3 current students. Any last final questions? Well, Nicoletta, Ramsha and Amina, you can answer that. How's the food in NUVIC? Because we tend to bring our own lunches in. Porridge is quite nice when I have the porridge here. One of the things we haven't mentioned, and this is our last bit before we sign off really, is that there's a fantastic enrichment program here. And I'm guessing you would have seen that when you talk to the tutors. But it is brilliant because you can do a lot of extra non-curricular activities like volleyball, like basketball, like cricket, like arts, crafts. So I spent all my GC in Kent and another coffee shop in the first floor.
We've got a few, lots of places. I mean, you can get Starbucks here if you really love your coffee.
Oh, look, and Ramsha's and Amina have said that we've got Starbucks.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the things which is nice about coming to a sixth form is that it feels very different from a school. And so actually having a Starbucks, having nice places to sit, we've got a great LRC, fantastic careers and work experience team. And so it feels a little bit more grown up. And that's quite a nice transition for you. Are there any last minute questions before we sign off? Anything else that you might want to know? Thank you, Nicoletta. I know that the gym timetable, it's every day, and they have male slots, female slots, mixed slots, some staff slots as well. And there's dance classes, yes. And in fact, last Tuesday, we had roller disco, which was really good fun. We had a well-being day for the students, and one of the activities was a roller disco, which was really lovely. And there was mindfulness, there was some arts and crafts. Oh, and the DJ playing in the main, yes, that's true, we can see that as well. So any other things that you want to know from us? Oh, yes, and teachers are saying, I think Nicoletta's referring to me there. Well, thank you so much for attending our induction day today. And you can see this last slide here about the 12th of August, okay? So if you've already applied to the college, you will receive a link via email to enroll the day before your GCSE results. If you haven't applied, visit newvic.ac.uk//apply. Once you've received your final GCSE results, click the link in the email and upload your results. Wait for a call from the college to complete the process. So we really hope that we see you in September. Your contributions have been excellent today. So I think that is the end of the session. And if there's nothing else that you want to ask, I think I'm about to sign off. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Could Nicoletta and Ramsha and Amina stay in the chat, please? Thank you, Nicoletta. Thank you for coming. It was really, and your contributions were excellent, so thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
Have a good summer. Thank you. Nicoletta and Ramsha and Amina, we both wanted to say thank you for helping out today. It was very much appreciated. Thank you.
You're welcome, miss. No problems.
Don't forget to do your summer homework as well.
Yes, and revise for your exam.
Yeah, for the assessment.
Thank you. Have a good summer, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, miss.